Up everybody, this is your girl Miss Terrell. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below so that way you know when I upload all of my tea talk rants. We have a special announcement, y'all. So I already know we are approaching our 75 episodes goal, but if you go over to the website, esteemedmentality.com, that link will be down below. If you go to our Sacred Corner store, we got our shirts in. Yes. So excited. We got another one that's coming in. This shirt is all black, 100% cotton. I love the feel of it. It's very soft. I like the crew neck. It's brand new, so, you know, I got to get adjusted to it. But for the most part, it says game changer. And of course, every vocabulary word has to come with a definition. And the definition of game changer is an agent of change. Now, what's so interesting is that literally that word, I looked it up, literally, it is not in the dictionary. Game changer is not in the dictionary. How dare the world assume that there cannot be a word such as game changer in the dictionary? So until we're able to get it into the dictionary, this will be our statement, game changer. So if people are not aware, they will be aware when you put that shirt on. Like literally, like don't even stoop to their level. Just like point to your shirt. Like, look. see how my employment is set up. I have a purpose. So be sure that you go over to esteemedmentality.com. Make sure that I'm sorry, y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all can see a reflection in my glasses, but if I take these glasses off, I can't see. So y'all gonna have to struggle with me, but I'm gonna give you some good shit in the meantime, in between time. So today's tea talk, I was just pretty much just talking with my dad or whatever, and it just popped in my head. Just as much as if you notice, we have people dropping like flies. You hear me? I mean, you just like dropping like birds, dropping like flies. People are returning back to their sender like junk mail. You hear me? And so with that being said, we need to understand something. A lot of the times where that we're coming into, I really feel as if like everyone's having like a kumbaya moment, you know, at their own speed, at their own rate, in their own due season and time. And when I say a kumbaya moment, it's more or less of noticing things almost like I had said in my last video, where it's almost too late. I want y'all to see my shirt while I'm talking. So, oh yeah, and then y'all can go over to the website and get my memoir, The Black Sheep Shadow, too. So, be sure that you do that. And like how the preachers all say in church, make sure you get a shirt too. Hit that subscription bell. Look, either way you look at it, I move around when I talk, so don't blame me when I get excited. Okay, so we're just gonna leave it like this because y'all don't watch me to play with cameras and equipment. But yeah, oh, that's even better because boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, cool. So yeah, so you know, we come to these kumbaya moments where things don't work for us. We realize like it's just not our thing. We need a new way. We need a new strategy. And so, like I had said, we have a new normal. But within a new normal, you're coming out of a season, right? You're coming out of a chapter. You're coming out of what was the beginning of you learning something there before the shift happens. And one thing we definitely learn when we come to a head with our ego and our pride, mirroring, you know, what our worst enemy is, being ourselves. Once you come out of that, especially when you grow, like I honestly believe like there's a difference between people growing. You feel me? Like everybody grows, but not everybody matures. And with maturing and going through your obstacles and, you know, your seasons of lessons, you come to this huge overstanding, or you come to like this really big monumental moment. And some of us, it can be a midlife crisis, like depending on how you adjust to it, and either you take advantage of time or you don't appreciate how much time that you have. You think it's unlimited. Yeah, it's unlimited. However, you aren't, breathing isn't. And so the best way I could say it is like this. I remember maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, before, like right when I had first moved to North Carolina. At first everything just seemed like there was a calm before the storm. But I was just like, things supposed to happen in a certain way because it's ordained to tell me a story, or it's ordained to show me and teach me a lesson. Either way you look at it, it's going to be something for me that I'll need to comprehend in order for me to advance, whether it's in the worldly view or in the spiritual realm. And what happened, I want to say maybe like 7, not even 7, because I moved here in November of 2015. And I booked my ticket to Nevada for my book tour back in March of 16. So I wasn't even here for a solid like 3, 4, 5 months. And I kept having these dreams. And these dreams were like literally, they will make me uneasy in my sleep. And when I say uneasy, it was just a thing of me remembering certain scriptures. It was a thing of me understanding and aligning myself to discovering like spiritual awakening. And within that whole entire time, I just remember tossing and turning, and I saw riots everywhere. At that time, we had just started experiencing rioting in Charlotte when I had first moved here, and small spots in Greensboro, but it wasn't nothing colossal like now back then in my dream and when I was asleep. And so it came to a point where literally, like, I was in the dead middle of it when I noticed I was going through a spiritual warfare. I mean, it was a thing of like, I looked rejuvenated every single day, but on the inside, it was just like my soul was so tired. And it was just one of those things where it's just like, I feel like this is training for something. You know how like if you were to get a flu shot, you'll become immune to it? Well, that's how I look at spiritual warfare. I looked at it as, this is going to be a flu shot to something that's coming down the line. So whether it seems as if like it's going to wear me down or make me sleepy, those are the times that they're thinking, the enemy is thinking, life is thinking, situations are thinking for you, for me, that's going to pretty much be the weakness where it can just, whatever hell is going to break loose will slide in. So if you're a person that's more on feeling like you on the lonely side, that's where it's going to sneak in and get you. That's where the feeling like of hell is going to come and get you. With everything that's going on around us, you have to realize all 50 states plus like 18 countries, I think, were part of this whole entire like civil rights mark in history. And with that being said, that's exactly what I saw. If I can really pull out some of my paintings that I did, you will really understand, like, I've seen all of this before it happened. And one thing I'm stepping into understanding with awakening is that we all, again, have that flu shot of spiritual warfare before we go into it. We always receive the signs first. And what happened with me was, it was just more of a less of a thing of, my last season was very informative. It was very educational. It was very eye-opening to someone who always stays ready. It humbled me to understand you can never over-prepare, but you can under-prepare. You can feel as if like, you know what, if I know all my multiplication tables, I can add, certain things way quicker. Not understanding that once you get to certain numbers, You can't multiply same, certain numbers together and assume that you're going to get the same thing from when you were adding. You learned something new. You learned another way around to be able to get to where you need to be. And so today's tea talk is like that. I honestly feel like there's two different types of hells. There's the hell of what we put ourselves through, and then there's a hell on earth. Like the enemy did not create you. God created you. Now, how you and where you decided to fall in category between right decisions, wrong decisions, and, WTF moments, that's on you. You have to explain that when it's time for you to go and cash in your ticket and permanently sleep. But while you're here on earth, let me tell you my revelation. And I got to go because my food about to be here. For you to put yourself through hell, it's because that's part of your growing process. That's part of you becoming a game changer. That's part of your metamorphosis into what your purpose is. Your purpose is supposed to absorb you so much so that that's what makes you plentiful. Again, it goes back to filling your own cup. However, we put ourselves through hell because of our choices, but then we still have to face the hell that looks at us every day. Let me be real with you. Not every person that you come across is going to have a soul. There's some empty people walking around trying to figure out a way to be able to get up, to stay up, and be on the coming. Some people don't have the heart in them to fight how you fight. And so it's easier for you to fight someone that's already headstrong, going in the same direction of what you want to, and sneak in and be that weakness of, if they don't feel like they have somebody, you can be like an enforcer to make them feel like you can protect them, or you're a person that's really about your school books. However, when it comes to something that's on the opposite end, they're real quick to really figure out where your weaknesses are and dumb you down. You feel me? There's two different types of hell. What we put ourselves through, and then what we have to go through here on earth. There's really people that sit up and watch, and they try to find little spots where they can inch in wherever they possibly can. And it's up to us to be able to differentiate which hell we're in at what time. It's not always easy. It's not always easy. But I can honestly tell you, we all have our season of experiencing creating the hell that we went through. And then when we get out of it, the hell on earth thereafter being from your results, that's what you have to deal with on earth. So let me put it in another hindsight for folks. So happens, you want to go out, screw like cats. By all means, understand it may the hell that you're going to create if you're not smart about what you do. It's going to be a hell on earth for you to be able to manage and to be able to create into wealth or have substance, because you weren't thinking in the process of what you were putting yourself through. For you to understand, if this don't go right, and if this is not what you want to do, but you still participate in it, you're going to have to face whatever decision that you made, because now that became your choice. And I say this loud as day. When it comes to kids, people real quick to say ABC, stop that. They didn't ask to be here, but your foolish ass sat right there and made it possible for you to create, for them to be here. Now, instead of you wanting to go out and act fancy and foolish, now you got to be a role model, and you weren't ready for it. That child wasn't ready for this. So you going to be a game changer or no? Because a lot of people can complain, but there's not too many people that can get up and be all about that action. When you decide that you want to create your destiny and fulfill your purpose, part of creating your destiny for your purpose is your choices. So if you're going to be here on earth and you want to see good come out of what you go and you sow as crops and blessings, then you have to be smart about the decisions that you're going to make before it becomes hell for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, being a good person will drive you insane if you allow it. Because that's you wanting to help everybody. Take it from someone who had to learn. You cannot help everybody because not everybody is as genuine, open, considerate as what you are to receive it. It's almost like you being a person that's giving too much and not getting nothing back. That's what you're doing to someone who doesn't want to listen. You're making a hell for yourself where you're going to start caring about someone else more than what you probably would yourself, all because they don't get it and you do. Every single day, people are in different grades, classes, and semesters because everybody's learning path and everyone's education system is different. So before you put yourself through a hell that you can completely go the opposite way and not create for yourself, value your time, value what you're investing, because not all investments have to be money. Investments into you can just be you taking care of yourself. You can go to the doctor 3-4 times a year. That's taking care of yourself. That's choosing to make the right decisions, because later down the line, who wants someone else to take care of them if at one point in life they were fully able to take care of themselves? Like, make it make sense. When it comes down to heaven and hell, we create it and we can either fall into it or we can fall out of it. It really is all up to us. But that was just the revelation that I received. Like, my last season was hell. Like, it felt like hell. All because of the lessons that I was to learn. They were so important. Just like diamonds. Diamonds don't go through the same process as rhinestones. So things are going to be way more intense for the people that God already touched, tapped, and tucked in at night to do his work. It's just up to you to get up to understand that when you go into the battlefield, you're not by yourself. The advantage for you is it looks like it, but you're not. And when you think like that and you remember, investing in yourself comes in a number of ways, in a number of forms, and you can do it in so many different instances. It doesn't always have to be a monetary circumstance for you to invest in yourself. Just knowing what atmosphere and what type of people you want around you is enough for you to know, like, look, if I don't want to be around negative people causing me hell and havoc, then I don't have to deal with them. That's what you're looking for. That's what you need. And in order for you to grow and to feel like, even though we can have a pandemic go on around us, we can feel as if like bombs on Baghdad is just like dropping on everyone else that we know of or we love, but yet you feel like you in straight up paradise. You haven't needed for anything, wanted for anything. You've been probably eating better now that all this is happening than when you were out there busting your behind, working 2-3 jobs and only sleeping for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that right there, that's you coming into like a paradise, especially if you're making something out of it. So allow yourself to really understand you can create your own heaven or you can create your own hell. And a lot of times intuition, more like curiosity. Curiosity makes us feel like 75% of life is hell and 25 is good. And that 25 is only when we're adolescents. That's so not true. Life is what you make it. So make it great. Okay? Fuck America. Like, I don't mean no harm when I say it like that. But think of it like this. If you don't put yourself first, how could you make America great again? How can you be a game changer if you're not understanding that there's 2 different types of hell you could put yourself through? Don't choose that for yourself. So I'm going to leave that there. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. My pizza is on its way. And I will holler at y'all later. Bye.
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything. Others willing to feel anything just to say they were there. boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle to 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass of liquor, please, who get a sip of this? Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young Coke if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip, I may get a grip. I may slapping 20s, lobster tails, and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp, now I'm past Wayne, Drake, I'm going in.